This is easily one of the most in-depth full TikTok monetization courses that I've ever seen on YouTube, covering literally everything from where I completely started at to how I got to the position I'm in right now. Every exact framework that I personally use when it comes to making content to monetize to your fullest ability on TikTok, the problems that nobody talks about, and what actually separates people from the people who succeed. Everything you need to know when it comes to making money with TikTok will be in this video, so make sure you guys grab your notepad out. This is not going to be a high edited video, so if you have a terrible attention span, I would recommend getting off this video right now. But for those of you that are still here and actually ready to learn, let's dive into it. First things first, well, who am I? These are a few images back in 2022. I quit the sport I had played my entire life, yes, to get regular jobs. Right here, I was working at Burger King and I was working at the Cardinals Stadium in Arizona. Long story short, I knew that trading my time for money was not the end goal, but I did know that I needed a job to actually make money and get my feet in the door. By the way, I was literally a sophomore in high school at the time. Most people spend their entire first paycheck on clothes or anything materialistic that really doesn't matter at all. I spent my entire paychecks on courses, coaching programs, mentorships, etc. Anything to help me make my money, make more money for me. So yeah, I was using the money I made to literally only build and learn skills. These are some more pictures from around 2022, January 2023, where I was learning email copywriting, Twitter ghostwriting, drop shipping, reselling, etc. And that brings me exactly into my second point, which is the biggest mistake most people make, and that is shiny object syndrome. I don't know if you guys have heard the quote, "The man who chases two rabbits catches none." I was literally trying, like I already mentioned, email copywriting, Twitter ghostwriting, drop shipping, reselling, the entire 9 yards, and I made small amounts of money with each one. The biggest key learning thing is that you need to realize that all of these different business models, they work. The only reason they don't work is because you switch business models every time something got difficult. The reason that most people fail isn't because their business model sucks. It's because they quit before the business model starts working for them. As you can see right here, which person are you? Are you the guy that's trying to balance out 5 different business models and put a little bit of effort into each one and getting no results? Or are you going to be the smart person who goes all in on one business model, masters the skill, and then gets results? Because I can tell you confidently that if you're trying to balance out 8 or 5 different business, even 3 different business models, especially at a beginner level, you are not going to find results as easy as somebody would who just locks down on one business model, masters it 100%, and gets the results. But what's interesting is how I actually chose TikTok in the first place, because there's so many different business models that I was looking at. So yeah, about 6 months after jumping from business model to business model, I found out that you can make money from the views that you get on TikTok, which at the time it was called the Creativity Program Beta. Now it is called the Creator Rewards Program, and we'll be getting into what the differences are soon. Still back in like early 2023, late 2022, I was making scripts for these videos literally in class, posting on an iPad. I really had no idea what I was doing, but I was just learning everything and absorbing all the information at the time. Making money from getting views on social media had always made sense to me because I've seen so many different accounts, faceless or not, posting content, and I always knew that there was a reason behind it. I just did not know what that reason was. But once I found out that there were financial benefits for posting, I was like, okay, I'm going all in on this because this is exactly what I had been thinking about. I literally ran like so many different faceless baseball pages on Instagram before any of this stuff back in like 2019, 2020-ish. I was in like 7th and 8th grade. The whole goal with that was I knew that you can run like paid story promos. So I ended up doing that. I made like 30 bucks. But I did build up a baseball page to like 10,000 followers on Instagram. So that was pretty cool. But this is when I learned about TikTok CPB, which is the Creativity Program Beta, like I was already telling you about. And long story short, this is where you're getting paid for your views on TikTok videos over a minute long after you join that program. And you can join that program only when you get to 10,000 followers. And the way that you are paid in this program is just by your RPM. So it's the amount you get paid per 1,000 views. And later on in this video, we're going to be diving into exactly how you can maximize your RPM as much as possible. So yeah, my entire first year doing TikTok and trying to learn and navigate the entire algorithm, it was an entire year of basically getting nowhere. That entire year basically just consisted of me investing more money from my jobs into the skill set of learning how to make money with TikTok and actually go viral so that I can make more money with TikTok. So I was buying more programs, watching tons of content, posted and tested a bunch of different styles, failed repeatedly. Some wins here and there, but nothing consistent for the first 8 to 12 months. I mean, as you can see here, this is another snap from back then. 10:30 at night, balancing like some video modules here and a Discord community, just trying to absorb as much information as possible. And the important lesson I learned is that most people quit here. 8 to 12 months in, you're giving it your all, you're putting in the work, and you still do not have any results yet. The reality is that this is where most people quit. This is literally what my setup looked like at the time. Literal trash. Unorganized, messy, like this is exactly how my brain felt. Trying to balance so many different things at once, like school, jobs, making money with TikTok, the whole 9 yards. And at this time, I had already quit my sport that I was playing my entire life, which was taking up most of my time other than school. But at the age of 16, I still felt insanely behind. So what did I do? I switched to online school for my junior year. That way I could work one of my jobs in the morning, get home, start working on TikTok content for my pages for at least 4 to 6 hours. And then by 10 to 12 a.m., I was already working on like the online school assignments. Switching to online school is probably one of the best things I did, because when I switched, I realized a full day's worth of work at school took a 6-hour school day. But when you do the tasks online, it takes literally like 30, 45 minutes. I was saving so much time by doing that. Now, the TikTok account that actually changed everything for me, as you can see, we've got some screenshots of this one account here. This was one of the videos on that account. Had a 98-cent RPM, got 4.8 million views, made me 4.7K just from that one video. This was the same account a few months down the line. I had boosted the RPM up to $2.32. Last 30 days, made 6 grand on it. And then this was on another account at the same exact time frame. As you can see, the picture's kind of blurry, but it was $11,000 made on that account. So yeah, about 12 months entirely into this TikTok game at the time. Was still learning the entire ropes around how the algorithm works, how to go viral. The first page I got monetized ended up making me around $16,000 in total, so it was very, very good in relief. Like I said, this is the moment that I had been working insanely hard for. This is when I realized that everything I was doing was actually possible. The reason you even get that much clarity is just because you see the proof of concept and know how to replicate it again. All it takes is one post to validate your entire idea. This is when I realized I could no longer be stuck in the time for money loop, because one piece of content can literally get viewed hundreds of thousands of times while you slept after taking 30 minutes to view that video, and that video can make you an endless amount of money. It's all about how good you make the content in order for it to go viral. And so yeah, at this time, I was on top of the world, felt like I was the man, making around like 4 to 6 grand a month in a high school. And then shortly after that, I got kicked out of the program on all the accounts that I was running. This was probably one of the best things that happened to me, but the reason for this, long story short, used unoriginal content, didn't really know what I was doing at the time, but I found something that worked at the time. Went out of the guidelines, had accounts that I was using get kicked out for unoriginal. All of my income streams were completely wiped away. But like I already mentioned, this was one of the best things to ever happen to me, because it forced me to learn how to actually follow the guidelines, make original content, and build sustainable systems. You can't scale something that's out of the guidelines because it's going to get kicked out eventually. So while I was learning all of these things that seemed completely foreign to me, I started learning principles instead of learning shortcuts like I was doing before. Original content creation, viral psychology, retention, watch time, audience behavior, the full 9 yards. And what do you know, after around 6 months of learning, I was back at 5 to 6K months. After being in the game for over a year now, I learned what worked and what didn't. So at this point in my journey, it was all down to repeating what actually works and tripling down on it, because I wasn't going to go back to something that had already kicked me out of the program, lost me a bunch of money, because that would only be setting me farther back. And at this time, I was strictly locked in on TikTok. I was not still going from business model to business model after 3 months of not working. And around this time, it's late 2023, early 2024-ish, and this is when the Creator Rewards program comes out. I was running 5 accounts at once. They were all monetized, pulling in anywhere from 2 to 7K a month per account. And as you can see, I had multiple singular videos make over $1,000. As you can see, this was one of the accounts, another account. Last 7 days, 1,300. Last 28 days on this one, 1,800. One video, 1,400. All time on this account, I think this was around the last 30 days, 5K. And then this was the big account for me. I was making around 5 grand a month consistently on this account, and in 6 months, I made 25 grand on this account. And so the second opportunity that I came across was discovering TikTok Shop. At this time, I was still making anywhere from 6 to 10 grand a month just off the Creator Rewards program, and I still felt like I was on top of the world. But always in the back of my mind, I knew that there is a chance that something bad happens to these accounts again, because even though I knew I was in the guidelines this time, you basically get PTSD the first time all your accounts get wiped away. And the Creator Rewards program was never fully consistent on all of the accounts. Like some months the accounts would be at 4K, other accounts, some of them would be at 9K, some of them would be at 1K, 3K. It was all up and down based on what was currently trending. So I had another account that I was planning on getting into the Creator Rewards program like the rest of the ones that I had in, because it was over 5,000 followers. I think it was around 6,000 or 7,000, because it was over 5,000 followers, because my plan was to originally get it to 10,000 followers so I can join the Creator Rewards program. But at this time, TikTok Shop had recently just came out, so I decided to test it out with no high expectations whatsoever. And the reason for this was because in the back of my mind, like I already mentioned, I did not want to have like all of my income streams tied into one revenue source, which would be the Creator Rewards program. I wanted to diversify my income streams as much as I could while absorbing as much information and skills as I could. So I was like, why not just take this account inside a TikTok Shop affiliate. That way I can diversify and learn more skills. And so my first sale on TikTok Shop came from my very first video, and I have an image of it right here. It was literally, I still remember it was literally just a podcast clip of Andrew Huberman talking about ashwagandha. I threw a few B-roll clips in it just to help make the content more original. Yeah, as you can see, this was the exact video right here. I still have a snap, ashwagandha ad about to cook. 24 hours later, on my first TikTok Shop affiliate post, I got around 200,000 views and $180 in commission. By the way, commission when it comes to TikTok Shop affiliate is complete profit. From that moment on, I mean, you can imagine how I was feeling. First shop video, $180, 200K views in less than 24 hours. Like when I woke up and saw that, it wasn't even 24 hours full. The graph looked like one of those graphs where it's just completely going up right at the start. And at this time, I have all my creator rewards program accounts in the background making me money as well. So I'm feeling like a G right now. I'm on top of the world. From that moment on, I went so hard into learning and testing every content style you could think of on all my accounts that I was using for TikTok Shop affiliate, which at the time it was like 2 different accounts. And like I already mentioned, I was using a lot of the old CRP accounts, which is the creator rewards program. I was using those previous accounts that got kicked out of the creator rewards program because they were all over 10,000 followers and I had no other reason to use them. So I was like, why not just get them into TikTok Shop affiliate since they're already over 5,000 followers? It doesn't matter if your account had been kicked out of any program or anything like that. As long as you had more than 5,000 followers, you were good to go. Fast forward about 6 months later, I was way more focused on TikTok Shop than the creator rewards program due to the fact that I was consistently making more money with TikTok Shop. Especially when you take into consideration, I was making way more money while doing way less work. Multiple 1K days, 10K months, etc. All on multiple different pages, as you can see right here. These are some pictures I have back from when I was in my prime doing this. And these are literally just the screenshots that I have on my phone. And this is when it starts to get like 2 years into the journey. I had a big realization that like the algorithm is not luck. It's not some magical pill that you take and you start getting millions of views. Most people think to go viral, it's like these secret hashtags, secret settings, secret posting times or tips. None of that matters. What actually matters is that social media companies make money from ads. Everything in this world, the purpose is to make money. That's just the truth. If you look at anything and think of the reason why they're doing something, it's usually to make money 99% of the time. So what actually matters is social media companies make their money from showing people ads. So the longer people stay on the platform, the more ads they see, and the more ads they see, the more money the platform makes. So therefore, your job is just to keep people on the platform as long as possible. Nothing is luck, everything is strategic. This is why the people who know what they're doing can replicate their process over and over again. Have you ever seen those videos where they're like interviewing a billionaire and they're like, if you lost everything, how long would it take you to build back up to where you are now? They would say something like 6 months, something quick. Because once they have the format, it's all about action steps. There's no guessing, none of that. It's literally just action steps to get you back to where you were before. So now we're gonna dive into how the algorithm actually works, full blown. All you need, like I already mentioned, to get people on the platform as long as possible is a good retention, good engagement, and a good watch time. When you can hit these 3 metrics, it shows TikTok that your video keeps people on the platform, which gives TikTok the ability to show them more ads. And when they show people more ads, this gives them the ability to make more money, so they're gonna push your video out more. Once you understand how this algorithm works, you're not guessing with your content anymore. You can literally go viral within days. I've had multiple students go viral within days after starting a brand new account because it's a metrics game. It's not a consistency game. You only need the ability to be consistent when you're learning things from complete scratch and like don't have a mentor. As you can see, these are all screenshots from my phone again. 800K, good watch time, good retention, 500K, another 1 million. This was one of my accounts in the Creator Rewards program. Ended up getting this account over 41 million views. I believe it's over 50 now. 1.4 million views on a brand new account, 7 days. 1.3 million views on a brand new account, as you can see. 1.8 million views here. 300K views here on a completely dead account, 1 million views here. So let's go ahead and dive into exactly how the algorithm works. The key core of going viral is ultimately making TikTok money, because if you make TikTok money, TikTok's gonna push your video out more because it's a business. TikTok just wants to make as much money as possible. So TikTok makes money by having people stay on their platform for as long as possible, which is what I was just saying. And so the key ways to keep people on the platform for as long as possible is to have a good watch time, a good engagement rate, and a good retention, which means people are engaging with the video, people are watching your video, and people are watching through your video for a long time, which is what retention is. So the longer we keep people on our video, video, the more TikTok's ultimately going to push us out. And the reason for this is because our video gets a good watch time, a good engagement, and a good retention. That just shows TikTok that not only is our content relating to viewers because they're watching and engaging with it, but it's also keeping viewers on the platform longer than other videos due to having a good watch time. And so now you're probably wondering, well, what is a good watch time and how do I achieve it? Here are some examples of previous videos that I've previously posted on one of my accounts. Completely faceless, by the way, but this video right here, as we can see, did not do as well as this video. Only got about 2,500 views, but this video right here got 3.5 million views, and this one right here only got 700 views. So what are the key differences? If we look at these metrics, as you can see, this video that only got 2,000 views has a 30-second watch time and a 7% retention rate. If we look at the video that got 3.5 million views, we had almost a double watch time and a same retention rate. So the same amount of people watched till the end of this video, but we still had almost a double the amount of watch time. Same thing over here. It had a slightly better retention rate because the video was shorter, but still we only had about a 28-second watch time, which obviously, as we can see, you need a higher watch time than around 35 to 40 seconds, depending on how long your video is, to actually get numbers like this. When you have outlier videos that get double the watch time and keep a good retention, that is ultimately what shows TikTok, hey, this is a good piece of content. People are engaging with it. People actually enjoy watching through it. And viewers are actually watching through this video for a long time compared to your other videos. But what ultimately caused this video to do so much better than these two videos? Well, first off, my hook was more controversial, which sparked more engagement, which sparked users wanting to watch through the video longer because they wanted to know what was going to happen next. And this video was also longer. As you can see, if we go down here to another example, we got only 500 views on this video and it got a 36-second watch time with a 7% watchful video. And this video was 170 seconds long, so a little bit over 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes long. And this video right here was 153 seconds, so only a little bit over 2 minutes long. Yet it still managed to get a better watch time and a better retention rate. Therefore, it got 100 times the amount more views. Usually when you post a longer video, you're on average going to get a longer watch time, but this just shows how much better of a piece of content it was because not only was the video shorter, but it held people to watch it longer and it had a full watch video longer. So even though the video was shorter, it still had people watching the video for longer, which shows TikTok once again that this is a really good piece of content. People definitely enjoy watching this piece of content way more than the other pieces of content that are on your page. And so like I just mentioned, key factors that can help you actually get a way better watch time and retention rate on a specific video is not only video length, because as you can see, even though this video was 20 seconds longer, it still got 100 times less the amount of views. I mean 1,000 times less the views. And like I just mentioned, this video was longer but still had a shorter watch time. And this video was shorter but had a way more average watch time. And it also had a better retention rate because about 12% people watched till the end, and only on this one about 7% of people watched till the end. And so if we even go over here and look at more examples, this is one of my students. This video is at almost 1 million views now, but in the first 10 to 12 hours, it was at about 200,000 views. And the reason was because it had a damn near 100-second watch time and a 15% watchful video. Now, in order to actually get numbers like this, your video does have to be a few minutes long because obviously it's impossible to get a 60-second watch time on a 30-second video. And that's the same for trying to get a 50-second watch time on a 40-second video. Unless people, obviously, every single one of those people watch through the video over once and they keep on watching through that video, that's how you can get a higher watch time than what your video length actually is. But if we're being realistic, on average, you're going to have a less watch time than the total length of your video. So when you make your videos longer, it makes it easier to hit these higher watch times, but at the same time, you can't just make your video longer filled with slop that people aren't going to be interested in. That's why making your videos longer, but also keeping it entertaining the entire time is a key metric to actually getting numbers like this, because you still have to maintain a good retention rate. So don't overcomplicate it with, oh, I just need to make my videos longer so I can get a higher watch time so I can get pushed more. Yes, you need to make your videos longer so you can get a way higher average watch time than what you're usually getting. But if you actually want to get pushed, you still need to maintain a good retention rate by holding viewers to the end. Like if you posted a 5-minute long video and you averaged like a 2-minute watch time, but almost nobody watched until the end, TikTok's still gonna say, oh, it's basically just a long piece of content that wasn't really that good all the way until the end. So in result, you're not gonna get pushed as much. And let's look at another example right here. Rambo, another one of my students, he posted about a 30-second long video. So it's not like every single one of your videos have to be over 2 minutes long to get a higher watch time like I was just mentioning. If you make your videos shorter, but you still average an insane retention, like 42% of people watched until the end of the video, even though you only only had a 13.5-second watch time because your video was only 30 seconds long, but 40% of people watched until the end, this still shows TikTok that even though a way shorter video around 30 seconds long can maintain a great retention rate like 30% plus, then you can easily get numbers over 100,000 views. It's all about keeping viewers interested in your content for as long as possible. Like, you can't just post a 3-minute long video and expect, since you got over a 70-second watch time, TikTok's gonna push your content even though nobody watched until the end. You have to find that good middle ground of, okay, how am I going to keep people all the way till the end while making this video as long as possible to get an increased watch time? Again, right here, another example. One of my students, Preston, posted this video and it had a very average watch time and a very average retention for about a 40-second long video. Only about 16% of people watched the entire video, but we had an average 14-second watch time, which is very, very average. The thing that made this video blow up, if you haven't noticed it already, is the amount of engagement. So like I already mentioned, watch time, retention, and engagement are the 3 core pillars to going viral on TikTok. So even though it had an average watch time and an average retention for a 40-second long video, we still got about 200,000 views on this video because of the amount of comments. 7.3 thousand comments on a video with less than 3,000 likes. You almost never see that, but since we had a CTA, it was super easy to actually achieve this number of comments. And so the reason that TikTok actually pushes these types of videos out, even though it's only the engagement factor that's doing really well for this video, is it's showing TikTok that people actually engage with the content, people are interested in it. It's either controversial because people are commenting about it, or it's very interesting to a lot of people, which is why TikTok's getting a lot of comments for this video. So these are all the different things that is telling TikTok to push your video out more, because a lot of people are commenting on it. A lot of people are engaging with it, which is telling TikTok, hey, this is an interesting piece of content, even though all we're doing is engagement CTAing. And so you're probably wondering, well, what is an engagement farm and how do you actually implement it? Like, what are some good examples for this? We're gonna watch 2 different videos that actually incorporate engagement CTAs insanely well, but keep your ideas open to where you can implement this with any single niche. It doesn't have to just be the quiz niche. It only happens that the quiz niche is just the easiest niche to implement this in because most accounts do this in the quiz niche. But without further ado, let's take a look at both of these videos.
Which animal never gets angry? Before I tell you the answer, I feel like someone be secretly watching your phone to protect your privacy. Tap the arrow icon, the bottom right corner of your screen, then slide to the left and tap on More. If you see any red color application, they're deleted immediately.
So within the first 30 seconds of the video, they're already telling the users to hit share and then more and look for some secret app. This whole share then more to see this secret app thing doesn't even exist. But this video alone got over 500,000 views because of the amount of shares that it got, because it made so many people click share and then more. So that is a perfect example of how to CTA properly in a specific video. Now let's watch the next one.
Owl. What is the tallest animal on Earth? Giraffe. Which country is famous for sushi? Japan. If you got the first 3 right, double tap the screen so I know. What is the longest bone in the human body? Femur. What is the largest ocean on Earth? Pacific Ocean. Be careful. There is someone in your life you cannot trust. It's the 3rd person that shows up when you click the arrow below and then click More. What is the small...
Just right there, as you guys can see, before they even get to question 6, they say something like somebody in your life you can't trust, and they're the 3rd person that pops up after you click share then more. So the whole goal with engagement farming is just finding a way to incorporate a call to action for your viewer to hit share and then more, because as you can see, these videos both got over 500,000 views for the specific reason that they got so many shares on their video. You'll see this as a common occurrence with so many different quiz videos where they're either engagement farming for you to share or comment, because shares and comments are the 2 most important factors when it comes to getting engagement for your video and ultimately using that engagement to push you out more. Likes and saves. Saves are pretty good, but likes don't matter at all. Your video can get like 100,000 likes and that's not going to affect the push of it. It's only going to be affected by the watch time, retention, comments, saves, and shares. So yeah, boys, just to recap this entire thing for you, the whole goal is to make TikTok money, because TikTok wants to make money and they're going to push out things that make them more money, because it's a business at the end of the day. And how does TikTok make money? By keeping people on the platform, because when they keep people on the platform, the more ads are being shown to them, And the more ads that are shown to viewers, the more money TikTok makes. So the whole goal is to keep people on the platform, and the way you do that is by getting a good watch time, a good retention, and good engagement. All right, so now that you know how the entire algorithm works, how watch time, retention, engagement are the key 3 things that you need, your goal is to pick your path. Do you want to grow an account to CRP or TikTok Shop Affiliate? By the way, again, if you haven't caught on already, CRP is the Creator Rewards program where you're getting paid for your views. Once you have that figured out, you need to pick your niche. This is arguably one of the most important parts because you can use unoriginal niches like clipping up streamers and whatnot to just grow to 5,000 followers for TikTok Shop Affiliate, but you should only be using original niches if your goal is to make money with the Creator Rewards program. Because when it comes to making money with your views, you cannot just steal content, upload it on your own page, and expect to be paid for it. It has to be your own completely original content. Like this is an example of original content, this is an example of original content, and this is an example of original content, which you guys are about to be watching. Once you have your goal and your niche figured out, the next thing you would need to do is obviously make a new account and warm that page up. This is another common mistake that people make, is they don't warm their page up. You can't just make a new account and start posting right away. This is one of the very first issues I ran into, because if you make a new account and start posting right away, TikTok will automatically flag your account as bot activity, because they obviously don't want bots just coming on their platform, spamming a bunch of posts when it's completely just bot activity. They want human activity. So what you need to do to warm up an account, if you don't know already, is just right after you make your account, it doesn't matter when you do it, for the first 3 days before you start posting, just scroll and engage as you would on your personal account. Don't post anything. Doesn't matter if you change your name or your profile picture or your bio, all that's garbage. Just make sure you don't post any content until after 3 days of warming up your account, acting like a normal human being. Once again, guys, get your notepad ready, because now I'm going to break down these exact niches, why they work, how they work, and how you can make money from posting them. Your entire objective right now, especially if you're a complete beginner, is to pick a niche that you resonate with most. So you can make money through your views with the RPM and additional rewards, which is what they just added a few months ago. Or you can just grow to 5,000 followers with these niches, because they go viral insanely quickly, only if you implement them correctly. First niche we have is the guess the rule niche. Let's just take a look at one of these videos that are on this page that's already built up to over 30,000 followers in just the span of like a few weeks, and they're absolutely banking off the Creator Rewards program. So let's just take a look at this video.
Level easy. Figure out what all the yes have in common. I'll give you 5 seconds to lock in your answer. The rule was girls' characters with glasses.
Okay, so the entire aspect of this niche is just guessing the rule or guessing the common trait between the characters that are on the screen. And so as you guys just saw there at the end, it was girls with glasses. So this was the right answer, this was the right answer, this was the right answer. And so it just keeps going on throughout the entire video of cartoon characters, or basically any characters that people would be familiar with from movies, shows, cartoons, whatever the case may be, with a specific girl with glasses on being the answer. This is one of the most extremely simple formats that I've ever seen on this app, probably besides the guess the food or like eat or pass niche, which is literally basically the same thing, just like people are taking what they would rather eat. But there's basically no editing on this screen. All there is a timer that comes up here and an 11 Labs voiceover at the beginning of the video that says guess the rule between these characters or something like that. But I mean, like, as you can see, 30,000 followers off of like less than 30 videos. Most of these are slideshows as well, but as you can see, this guy's recently been dabbling into some video content, definitely because he just got in the Creator Rewards program. I mean, all these videos are over a minute long as well. But every time he's done a video, it's gotten over 100,000 views, which also just shows you this niche is so easy to go viral with. And I mean, the one thing you guys could say is like, oh, it would take me so long to find ideas for that specific niche, when it's like, when I did a full deep dive on this niche and made a video for you guys on my main channel, I'll have it linked down in the description as well. I literally went over how you can get all these questions and answers laid out in front of you with the specific characters on each slide or on each question, literally just with AI. These were the ones that I used for the video that I made in that video that I'm referencing. But yeah, it's It's not hard to make the content for these videos at all, especially when AI just tells you what to do. You wouldn't even have to think about, oh, what do these people have in common? What should I make the rule be? Just have AI do it all for you. And if you're not taking advantage of AI like the way my students are, you're just gonna get lapped by all these people who are making videos quicker, more efficient, better content, better even ideas. So take advantage of the tools that you have. Take advantage of niches that are actually blowing up, because they're not gonna blow up like this forever. So yeah, our next niche, number 2, would be the animal facts niche. And that is this niche right here, as you can see. This content is insanely viral as well. This page is already built up to over 300,000 followers. And all they're posting is videos of animals, adding an 11 Labs voiceover, adding some edits, adding some captions. And these videos are all over a minute long, which shows that this guy is earning a crazy amount through the additional rewards. And obviously he's still making some off of his RPM, but I wouldn't expect his RPM to be too high, probably around 80 cents to $1 per 1,000 views. But even still, if we still do the math, he's probably pulling around 6 to 7K just off of this account in the creator rewards program from the RPM. The additional rewards is where he's gonna make a lot of money, because as you can see, Vale here has like basically all additional rewards instead of the standard RPM reward. I know the screenshot's kind of blurry, but that's just 3.2K euros in the span of a week. And you can get additional rewards like this when your content is highly educational. And this content is extremely educational. It's just a bunch of animal facts. And the views that you can pull based off how eye-catching your animal is, as you can see, 13 million, 16 million, 16 million. Insane views. And now he's averaging like 50K to 100K every few videos, 600K, 100K. So it's a very consistent niche, because obviously, first off, scientists or whatever they're called are always finding new animals. Like there's literally like, I've seen news about new animals like every single week. Obviously not all of them are gonna be super eye-catching animals, but it's still like a shock factor to people. And second of all, there's millions of animals on the earth. So there's unlimited ideas for you to use. But without further ado, let's look at this 16 million view video right here.
If you pour water into the river, a manatee will quickly turn its head toward you. Since they can only filter a little seawater, fresh water is very important to them. They'll search everywhere for it, and a spring is the perfect place. When they can't find fresh water, manatees will drink rainwater, and sometimes even sip from the cooling water of boat engines. That's why manatees are very picky about their habitat. You'll only see them in clear waters. In Crystal River, Florida, the temperature is just right and the water is crystal clear, making it home to plenty of round, gentle manatees. If you swim there, chances are you'll often see one heading straight toward you. But don't be afraid, manatees are incredibly gentle creatures. They're vegetarians and completely non-aggressive. The only problem is their poor eyesight, so they often bump into things by accident. Sometimes a manatee will swim right up to your face just to check you out. Once it realizes you're not a threat, it may even swim alongside you. Some manatees will even wrap their fins around your legs, as if they've mistaken you for their mom.
One of the key things I like to tell myself when it comes to predicting if you're gonna get good additional rewards or not is, if you learn something from that video, or if you learn something from a video that you made, then you are likely going to have a high additional rewards. But if it's something that you've already known about, or something that's not really educational, you're not gonna have that high of an additional rewards. But I just learned a few things from this video alone, so we could probably estimate that this content is highly educational for most of these viewers, therefore he's getting a high additional rewards. And yeah, this niche has an insane ROI, because these videos, I've made these myself, I've ran a few accounts in this niche. The niche is not hard to make. You can get these videos from X, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, and just mix them up in different order. Make sure your hook is the most eye-catching clip, obviously. And you can rip the same exact scripts and just make them slightly better, because they're already proven to work. 16 mil, 16 mil, 13 mil. And when you guys take a niche that already works, put your own twist on it, make it better, make it more engaging, make it more eye-catching somehow. That is how you maximize your results. All right, now we've got faceless news, and there's a few different ways that you guys can do this, but this is the example we're gonna be going over since it's so relevant. When it comes to the faceless news niche, you want to be staying on as much of relevant topics as you possibly can. If you guys can tell right here, this is the new Sean Strickling and Khamzat Chimaev match. Literally so viral on my social media recently. One of the biggest upsets in UFC history. All right, so we're gonna be looking over two different faceless news videos that cover this matchup. And if we look here, this one's got 19,000 likes, over 100,000 views. This one's got 30,000 likes, over 200,000 views. And all they're doing to make this completely original content, which means you can earn from it in the creator rewards program. And obviously you can see that they are doing that currently, because this video is over a minute long, is they have so many different mixed up clips from the fight. They have added text on the screen. They have an 11 Labs voiceover, and they have multiple effects that come onto the video. So they're making this content completely original with all those extra edits. So let's just take a look.
scoring Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland without any bias. Round 1. As expected, Khamzat Chimaev shoots early and gets Sean Strickland down with relative ease. Every time Strickland starts building back up, Chimaev drives him right back to the mat. Eventually, in doing so, Chimaev gets his hooks in and takes the back, ending the round threatening rear naked chokes but not doing any substantial damage. 10-9 Chimaev. Round 2. Chimaev shoots again, but this time Strickland gets his hips back and wraps the neck. As they bounce off the cage, Strickland reverses the position and ends up on top. From there, Strickland racks up control time in guard and half guard before allowing Chimaev back to his feet. Chimaev shoots again and Strickland defends. Surprisingly, Chimaev pulls guard. Capitalizing, Strickland spends the rest of the round on top. 10-9 Strickland. Round 3. Chimaev looks noticeably more tired this round and doesn't wrestle at all, choosing to strike instead. While Chimaev attacks for more variety, targeting both the body and head while moving forward, Strickland repeatedly splits the guard with his jab at a much higher rate. Chimaev swings big, but most of the shots are shoulder rolled or avoided entirely. 10-9 Strickland. Round 4. Strickland continues finding success with the jab, but Chimaev looks sharper this round. He starts finding his range, landing the jab and looping punches more consistently while pressuring forward. Even though Strickland is still ahead, landing at volume, Chimaev steals the round late with the takedown. Against the cage, he smothers Strickland with control while mixing in knees and short punches. 10-9 Chimaev. Round 5. Chimaev immediately shoots and gets the takedown. Strickland calls to defense and uses it to work back up. For a moment, it looks like he might reverse the position, but Chimaev recovers before Strickland eventually breaks free. Back at range, Strickland's jab takes over again. He's far more efficient on—
So we're not going to finish that entire video, but as you can see, they're not even videos. If you want to be super safe when it comes to making your content fully original inside of the Creator Rewards program, you can just do it like this, where it's complete images, adding his own text on screen, going over the rounds, and basically who would win unbiased. Because once again, this is a very controversial fight because there's a lot of opinions on who won. It was a big upset in UFC, which also helps you when it comes to making your video viral because people are going to comment about it. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be people more watching it. Everybody's more tuned in and interested in it because of how controversial it is. So you want to be staying on top of how controversial things are, and sports is a great way to do that. But if we want to take a look at another version of this that is a video with edits on it, let's watch this video right here.
This fight made no sense. Before the fight begins, there's a ridiculous amount of security, yet Khamzat and Strickland actually touch gloves and immediately show respect, showing that there isn't bad blood. Then in round 1, Khamzat seems normal, backing Strickland up, getting an easy takedown, and controlling him the entire round. But in round 2, something strange happens. Not only does Khamzat not shoot at the start, when he does, his shot seems slow and telegraphed. And when Strickland stuffs it, Khamzat just lays on his back, not trying to stand back up. And Strickland actually gets on top, keeping Khamzat on bottom. Then in round 3, instead of trying to capitalize on a gassed Khamzat, Strickland mostly just backs up and continues to jab. And this lets Khamzat recover enough to come back and win round 4. Before Strickland takes over again in the 5th and jabs his way to a—
So yeah, literally just like that. One of the easiest ways to go viral off of something that's already viral. And you guys can do this with so many different topics. It doesn't just have to be UFC. It's very good to do this on controversial sports games, no matter the specific sport. Just always stay on top of what's coming up. Like the NBA finals, I think, are coming up, or they already finished, I'm not sure. Like I'm pretty sure LeBron's about to retire. That's gonna be huge news. I've already seen videos going viral about that. Whenever the World Series comes again in October-ish, just stay on top of all these things that are going viral because you wanna be capitalizing on it, because it'll work for you if it's trending already. All right, next up, as you can see, you're probably wondering what this is. This is a ChatGPT object, and this niche is the talking objects niche. Completely AI generated, completely 100% original content. Very, very high additional rewards because not only is it educational content, but it's very good quality content. One of the biggest things about this account is that not only are they making money in the Creator Rewards program, but since they're so educational and strictly focused on like tech and AI. I know multiple people who have ran pages like this, and as you can see, they're talking about multiple different AI tools. And these are basically like child version ads, but you guys would be so surprised at how well these actually convert. So like I already mentioned, I know multiple people using niches like this strictly in the AI genre because you can get paid so much extra by these AI tools to actually implement their software or service. So let's just watch this video that we were talking about.
I'm ChatGPT, and students used to use me to do homework. Now I'm outdated, but don't worry, I'll show you the new top players. I'm Grok, and now I am the #1 to complete your homework.
I'm Quillbot, and I humanize texts. That way your teacher will never know that AI did your homework.
I'm Gamma, and I create presentations for you in just seconds. Give me your topic, leave the rest to me.
So yeah, as you can see, this is basically just an ad talking about which AI tool people use them for and how they benefit people. But not only can you do this with AI tools, you can do this with literally this right here, this camera case. You can do it with literally anything. It does not matter. The whole concept of why this goes viral especially is just because people aren't used to seeing talking objects. All right, and now lastly, we have the news commentary niche, which as you can see, you guys have probably seen something like this on your For You page. There's so many faceless accounts doing this. I've literally seen hundreds of accounts doing this, literally posting every single day, because I think a lot of people have this automated. I'm not sure exactly how. It's probably an N8N Claude automation, something like that. But I've seen so many different faceless accounts post so many of these videos like this, and they're absolutely ripping views in the Creator Awards program. All this content is a video. I'm not even sure. I don't think this is AI generated. I think they're just finding this off of Twitter, or I mean X, Snapchat, Instagram, things like that. I know they're adding this breaking news thing to make the video so much more eye-catching, and they're putting their own caption right here, making it look like a news headline, and as you can see, it's working. 13.2 thousand likes. And this video is well over a minute long, so we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we're gonna watch a good amount of it just to show you this kind of format.
Breaking news, a man named Noah in Ghana is building an Ark of Doom because he says the world will end in a few weeks. He says God told him in a dream that starting on December 25th, the things written in the Bible will happen again and a big flood will cover the world. To save people, he is building huge boats. Noah, who lives in a small community in Ghana, says he spent months using special wood to build them. He says the wood is not normal. Every piece was prayed over and chosen with God's instructions. So far, he has built 8 arks using 250,000 wooden boards. He claims one ark can hold 6 million people. He calls himself Igbo Noah and says people from anywhere in the world can join him as long as they make a promise to follow God. Online, people are divided. Some admire his faith. Others laugh at him and say he is crazy. He now has 200,000 followers on TikTok, and he says he will not stop. Noah believes his mission is to save as...
So yeah, obviously these videos are real now that I'm looking at it. But like I already mentioned, he's probably just pulling them from other social media sources. But he's mixing them up so much and he's adding so many edits on the screen with all these titles and things like that. And the voiceover, obviously, to where this content would be completely original. And if it wasn't working for him, he wouldn't be posting videos just over a minute long. Now that you guys fully know how these niches actually work, what the goal objective is when you're posting them, you need to understand how you're going to possibly get the highest RPM possible, because this is also arguably one of the most important steps and things that you need to accommodate for. Like I already mentioned, your RPM is what you get paid per 1,000 views. And like I said earlier, nothing is luck, everything is strategic. Once you learn how to do something correctly, like improve your RPM, you can do it on every single page that you have. So once you understand what affects your RPM, what targets the specific niches and objectives that you need to hit in order to improve your RPM, you can get a high RPM on every single video that you post. Just for some proof that I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to this subject, like I already showed you, this page right here had a $2.30 RPM. This video had a $2.25 RPM, got 1.3 million views, made me $3,000 from one single video. This video had a $2.30 RPM, got 630,000 views, made me around $1,500. This single video got 1.4 million views with a $1.03 RPM, made me around $1,400. This video right here, $2.08 RPM, 280,000 views, made me like $600. 300K views here, $2 RPM here, $600. Another video, 1.4 million views, $1.01 RPM, $1,400. And another video here, 380,000 views with a $2.30 RPM, making me close to $900. There's so many more videos that I have with a good RPM. But as you can see, I know what I'm doing when it comes to this subject. So without further ado, get your notepad ready. Let's break down exactly what you need to hit and what you need to do in order to maximize your RPM as much as possible, because this is one of the most common misconceptions that everybody has about RPMs. So your niche is what basically controls everything, because your niche not only targets a specific audience, but each audience has a different demographic. And so you're probably wondering, well, how do I get the highest paying audience? Because your RPM is obviously based on your audience metrics. And if you don't know what an RPM is already, RPM is basically what you get paid per 1,000 views. And so the metrics that you really want to be focusing on targeting are older ages and targeting the USA. I'm going to show you guys exactly why, but just for some context here, this is one of the videos I posted, 97.6% United States audience. And about 80 to 90% of my viewers were older than the age of 35, which is really what you want to be targeting, because as you can see, this account that happened on averaged a $2.30 RPM, which means 2.7 million views that I got made me around $6,000. And 2.7 million views is extremely easy to attain. And the biggest reason for the RPM being so high is because TikTok makes money from showing people ads, and the people running the ads pay TikTok to obviously run the ads on TikTok. And older ages and USA viewers are statistically most likely to buy from an ad being shown. So when people run ads on TikToks and they get conversions from it, they will keep spending money on ads, which in the end makes TikTok more money. On the other hand, if you guys are targeting an audience like this, which as you can see, it was only about 18 to 30 years old, and it was about 70% of the audience was under the age of 35, and only 50% of my audience was in the US. This can result into having an RPM like this that looks something like 54 cents per thousand views. So as you can see, I was testing this account as well in a different niche. Obviously, I was targeting a way younger audience and way less of the United States, which in the end resulted in me getting a 54-cent RPM. And so now here's another example. This video, once again, was targeting a lot of people over the age of 35 and 95% United States, which as you can see resulted in me getting a video at around 630,000 views with a $2.30 RPM, made me around $1,500 from one single video. Once again, another video right here, 300,000 views, $2.05 RPM, $600 from one single video. And so now you're probably wondering, well, what content or niches get the oldest USA audience? That would be financial content, educational content, retirement/investing content, budgeting, cooking tutorials, cleaning tool quizzes, advice and wisdom, all these different things. You got to think about what would older people want to watch the most. And so these niches specifically target older audiences because older people relate to them, therefore they will watch them the longest, which will ultimately result in it getting pushed to more old people because TikTok recognizes that older people watch and engage with the content more than younger people. And so when TikTok recognizes that a specific demographic is resonating with the content a lot more than another demographic, they're going to continue to push it to that resonated audience. So now you're probably wondering, well, but how do I target the USA specifically? TikTok does geolocate, so a lot of this you can't control, but when it comes to the things that you can control, you should be using an American voice. If you have an American accent, or if you just sound American like I do, you should just be using your own voiceover. If not, you can use 11 Labs to find a specific voice with a specific accent. You can also be using American references / slang. Simple things like when talking about currency, refer to USD instead of another one. And like, for example, if you were doing faceless news on celebrities or creators, you would want to target USA creators and celebrities only. Because when you can specifically do all those little things with your content, your RPM and additional rewards will be high. As you can see, my student Vale here had an additional rewards of around 3.2k euros in a single week. Majors had an additional rewards of about $558 on this single video. And here's another example of a video that I posted. Here's another example of an account that I was personally running. I was averaging about 5 to 7k per month, and as you can see in the last 6 months, I made around $25,000 on this account. But once you reach this specific scale, your RPM is naturally going to go down because you're getting so many views. It naturally becomes way harder for TikTok to only push to the USA. So in the end, this is really a good problem to have, not really too bad. But still, even if your niche highly resonates with people from the USA, your RPM is naturally going to go down because you're getting so many views. So yeah, it's ultimately not a terrible problem to have because you're still making good money. It's just bound to happen. It's extremely important that you guys are actually controlling the controllables and doing what you need to do in order to maximize your current additional rewards and RPM. A specific niche that's going to benefit you in the long run for additional rewards in your RPM, you need to be thinking about niches like this. Just start thinking to yourself ideas about what would older people resonate with, what would older people like to watch the most. And one of the best parts about targeting older people is that older people naturally have a better attention span than younger audience. So it's easier to captivate the content and captivate them into watching it for longer. And if you guys don't know already, the key factors to going viral is getting a good watch time, getting good engagement, and getting a good retention. And the retention is basically just how long people stay on the video before dropping off. And like I already mentioned, older people have a nice attention span compared to younger people, so they don't feel as inclined to click off of your video or scroll past, even when things aren't highly edited. But now that you guys know the actual reasons behind what makes it higher, let's dive into the very best niches for the Creator Awards program, because that's where your RPM is going to actually matter. Because inside of the Creator Awards program, you are given a specific RPM on each account. Now, the biggest key point that I'm hitting here is how AI has completely changed the entire game for the Creator Rewards program, and not only that, but for TikTok Shop Affiliate. This is not a free course where we're going to be going over outdated methods that used to work like 3 years ago. I'm literally giving you the entire rundown of up-to-date information on how you can actually use AI to best position yourself when it comes to making money with TikTok. If you would have asked somebody a few years ago how to make original content at scale, the answer would have been a lot different than what it is today. Back then, you had to create in order to create original content, you needed to record everything physically. People were filming these bottle videos going down the stairs in these satisfying videos. I'm sure you guys have seen these on your For You page at some point. They went insanely viral back then. All these kinds of content used to require a bunch of supplies, equipment, time, and constant recording. So every single video you made meant starting the entire process over again. But today, AI has completely changed that, because for the first time in history, anybody with a laptop and an internet connection can create these videos with just a few prompts. You don't need a camera. AI can generate the scripts, the voiceovers, the images, the animations, the entire videos, the sound effects, the entire stories from complete scratch. What literally used to take full production teams can now be done with a single person in a complete fraction of the time. And as you can see, I even made this image right here with AI in the span of 30 seconds. In 2022, people needed cameras, props, microphones, editing timelines, reshoots, hours per video. And when it comes down to this, you get burnt out very, very easily. But in 2026, AI can handle all of that and you can push multiple videos at scale. By far the biggest advantage is that AI allows creators to produce content at scale, like I already mentioned, that was never possible before. Instead of you having to spend multiple hours filming one single video, you can spend that same amount of time creating multiple pieces of content and testing different ideas. This gives you so much more of an opportunity to actually figure out what video styles are working, and you can grow so much faster because you can produce so much more at scale. Not only that, but AI is only continuing to get better. Right now, like the niches that we're about to be going over in a second, every few months AI tools are getting released. So right now AI is the worst it will ever be. It's only going to continue to get better, and this should scare you and also drive a lot of urgency. The quality gap between AI generated content and traditionally created content continues to shrink, which opens the door for entirely new types of content that were never even possible before. And this doesn't mean that your success is going to be automatic just through the door right away. The fundamentals still matter. You still need strong hooks, good storytelling, audience retention, and content that people actually want to watch. AI does not replace your skill of making good content, it simply amplifies it. Because the creators who understand how to make good content effectively will have a massive advantage over people who don't, because we're entering a time where content creation is becoming more accessible than ever before. As you guys know, the barriers to entry are getting lower and lower with all these new tools that are coming out, making it easier and easier to make more content. So now that you understand why AI has changed the game, let's look at some of the best AI niches that you can personally start today. As we go through these niches, I really want you to think about the niches that fit your interest and your existing knowledge, like I already mentioned, because if you're already familiar with a topic, whether that's sports, history, quizzes, whatever the case may be, you're going to have a much easier time creating the content consistently because you already understand what the audience wants to watch. I mean, think about it. Let's just say you wanted to hop into like the basketball news niche and you were already familiar with basketball. Why would you then choose to go into baseball news if you don't know anything about baseball and you know everything about basketball? Your content will be significantly way less of good quality if you do something that you're not even interested in, especially if you have no knowledge about the subject. So while we go over these AI niches, I really want you to dissect which one resonates most with you, which one looks the easiest for you to create, and not only that, but which one in general would you be willing to stick out with the longest. Most of the time, AI niches will pull in the same audience that already likes watching this content, and when TikTok knows that you can pull in the same audience and they'll watch through and give you good metrics every single time, TikTok technically clarifies it as specialized audience, and when you have a specialized audience, you get a lot of additional rewards. So I would not be surprised if this account is not only printing from his RPM, which RPM is just what you're getting paid per 1,000 views. So if you get 1 million views with a $2 RPM, you make $2,000. And on top of that, now TikTok has added additional rewards. So he's basically getting double income stream from this. So let's take a look at one of these recent videos that got 1.8 million views from this. Bing 3.0 is one of the newer tools, so you'll get better generations, but as you can see, you can also make these videos with basically any other tool, including Google VO3, which is what this person used. So if you wanted to just replicate this style exactly, not really have anything added onto it, and wanted to focus on just doing it exactly like this, you could just use Google VO3 just like this person is right here. But I'm not gonna lie, the credits for Kling 3.0 are slightly cheaper, but as you guys can see, just a minute long, which means he's making money through the Creator Rewards program, and it's the most simple concept ever. If you guys have ever played Plants vs. Zombies on your mobile phone, these are all different like plants from that game, and when they cut them open, they have like the effects of what these characters in that game do. Like as we saw with this thing right here, it blew up after it cut through because that's what it does in the game. If you step on it, it's like a landmine. ASMR AI with like a bunch of random items, you want to actually make it something people can recognize and relate to. Like people recognize and relate and just enjoy this content more in general because it actually relates to something like a video game. And that's what this entire account is. It's all Plants vs. Zombies things until we go down here. I'm not sure where these are from. I would correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this is from Plants vs. Zombies. I think this might be Clash Royale or something, but everything else looks like it's from Plants vs. Zombies. So I'm probably wrong and these probably are from it. But yeah, AI ASMR, put your own twist on it, make it about something that people can relate to, and start printing in the Creator Rewards. Next up, we have AI POVs. POV, you were a teenager in the 2004s. He didn't even spell the pronunciation. He didn't even make the grammar right. POV, you a teenager in the 2004s. So you can literally mess up your entire grammar, make people not understand the sentence. Who knows, maybe it even made people stay on the video for longer. I don't know. But as you can see, long story short, the captions don't even have to be pronounced grammatically correct, and you can still pull millions of views on one single video just because of how powerful the niche actually is. So let's take a look at this.
Honey, hurry up. You will be too late for the bus.
I know, Mom. 2 more minutes. Man, I love this song.
As you can see, this video is in the Creator Rewards program and they are monetizing from it because it's just over a minute long, and your content inside of the Creator Rewards program actually has to be over a minute long for it to monetize. And this is the exact style that you would want to generate with Kling 3.0. Not only can it do things like AI ASMR, but this is what it's specialized to do. Basically generate any certain scene with sound effects. And then if you heard the voiceover, that was just generated with 11 Labs. But yeah, as you can see, 1.5 million views, 7.2, 7.8, 3.8, another 500K, million, 700K, 500K. I don't see one video on here, and this account only has like less than 30 videos. I don't see one video on here that is less than 10,000 views. That's all I really gotta say. Next up, this one is similar to the AI POV style, but it's like AI POV of discovering like objects in an unknown place. I've already done a video tutorial on how to make this content specifically, and it was specifically for this niche with cartoon characters. So like it would be this type of style, but flashlight would be on Lightning McQueen or like something from an old cartoon. Exactly like this. This is the beginning of the video. I didn't even realize, but this is the cat from Tom and Jerry. So let's just take a look at this video. As you can see, it's literally just Tom and Jerry characters. So like I said, once again, don't just make it about random objects with this AI style. Make it about things that people are already familiar with and people already can relate to and comment about. Because as you can see, people are saying they're just sleeping, right? As if they're not dead, right? Because of how old that cartoon is. I miss my favorite show, and a whole bunch of other comments talking about the same type of thing. Next up, I've already done a tutorial for this style of content as well, but as you can see, 6th video on the account, actually the first one in this niche on this account, is already at 63,000 views, and I believe this is a pre-monetized account, so somebody just bought this account. That's why there's a bunch of old videos on it. And 2 days ago, this video is already at 60,000 views, and obviously there's way more viral videos in this exact niche. But I'm just specifically using this account as an example because usually it takes a lot of time to re-niche your account, but with a niche this good, when your quality's there, TikTok will know who to push this specific video to because it's such a broad niche. And people just love this AI content because if we look at other accounts, just go search up AI fruit characters or AI food characters on TikTok and just look at all the accounts. A majority of the ones you'll see at the top are easily all getting over 20 million views a month. So let's just take a look at this first video that this account posted with this niche.
We already have 3 kids that look just like you. If this new baby is a mango again, I am leaving you and getting a divorce right now.
Guys, don't say that. I can't control how the baby looks. I love our kids and I love you too. Ah, the baby is coming. Garlic, help me. It hurts so much.
Are you kidding me? Right now? Fine. Get in the car and don't mess up my seats.
Ah, please, Garlic.
I'm taking you to the hospital, but I warned you. If this baby is another mango, I am done with you.
Please, just drive. I can't take this anymore.
He is a beautiful baby.
Yeah, not only is this niche viral because obviously it's gonna go viral when it's talking broccoli and talking fruit characters, but it's also controversial stories. So it will get your videos a lot of comments. It'll get people asking for part 2s, especially if you leave them on a cliffhanger like this video does. And if you really want to take it to a next step, incorporate a few engagement CTAs. Last but not least, I have done another tutorial for this niche as well because I'm not going to do tutorials for you guys for niches that I don't think work. This niche is another one on this list because I am very bullish on this niche.
A man kept seeing someone standing in his neighbor's window every night, always in the same spot, never moving. He thought maybe it was a mannequin, but something felt wrong. One evening, he decided to knock on the door and ask about it. His neighbor answered, looking confused about the complaint. The man pointed at the window. The figure was still there, perfectly still. They both walked inside together to check the room. The room was completely empty, just furniture, shadows, and an old mirror. His neighbor laughed it off as a reflection or some trick of light. The man apologized for wasting his time and went home, but that night he saw it again. Same window, same exact position. He grabbed his binoculars this time to get a better look. That's when he noticed something that made his blood run cold. The figure was wearing the exact same clothes his neighbor had on earlier that day. The same shirt, the same pants. Everything matched perfectly, and the figure was staring directly back at him through the binoculars. Not blinking, not moving, just staring. He called the police immediately. When officers arrived, they made him come to the neighbor's house. What they showed him made him wish he never looked through that window.
Now these niches will also get you a higher additional rewards because this is a content style that not very many accounts are actually being able to do right now. And once again, you can do this with Kling 3.0 or you can do it with basically any video generation model because there's no voiceover required in these clips. You're just using an 11 Labs voiceover and making these images and turning them into videos. So overall, just kind of like a scary story theme style video, and they obviously got left on a cliffhanger, which is really good for audience retention because when people are left on a cliffhanger like that, they're staying watching through the entire video because they want to know what's going to happen next, which is also one of the key factors to making this video blow up. So what do you do when you see a video that goes insanely viral? You take inspiration from it. So we're going to recreate the exact video, same script, same style, just to show you how to recreate these types of videos. So first things first, I'm going to download this video. And now I'm just going to transcribe that video, that way we can get the exact script because we're going to be using 11 Labs for the voiceover. So I would just look for any like deep, scary kind of horror themed voice like that can tell stories. Also, when you're looking for voices, if you want to target a USA audience, you should be using an American voice as much as you possibly can. But I'm just going to go with this Adam voice right here. Let's copy and paste our script, put it into 11 Labs. Generate the speech. Now we have our voiceover. And now I just inserted that exact video that we downloaded into Google Gemini. And I said something about analyze the file attached. The goal for this is to get a prompt for ChatGPT to give me 18 image prompts and 18 video prompts. I need you to describe exactly how the pictures look from the file attached because I'm going to replicate that exact video with the same script. Then I gave it the script. And so now we're going to enter that. And now we should get a prompt for ChatGPT. The reason I use AI to give me a prompt for another AI is because when humans are just trying to get prompts by manually asking for it and not giving it any specific details, it's going to be really hard for you to actually get a good prompt. So using AI to make you a prompt for another AI to give you prompts, I know it sounds confusing, but it's extremely simple once you wrap your head around it, is definitely the best way to go. So now we've got our entire ChatGPT prompt, so we're going to copy this, paste it right into ChatGPT. All right, so boom, now as you can see, we've got our scene 1, scene video prompt, scene 2 image prompt, scene 2 video prompt, and it's just going to keep on generating our prompts. We have 18 image prompts and 18 video prompts. So we're going to be copy and pasting every single image prompt into Nano Banana. You can also use Nano Banana Pro or GPT Image 2. Any image models really work. But yeah, I'm doing everything inside of Higgsfield. All right, now as you guys can see, we're getting images like this right here, which is exactly what we want. It's like these kind of shaped figures. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, we've got the scenes, we've got the cop car outside, we've got the presence of them. Like, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's like some weird kind of visual, like almost like a video game. And that's another factor to why these videos go viral because nobody's really seen these types of animations before in like animated films. And we've got these images over here in these video clips right here. Once again, like I already mentioned, we're using Higgsfield for everything. And the last 3 or the last 4 now, since this is the last one, are getting generated. So now while these are getting generated, we're gonna bring our voiceover from 11 Labs down into our CapCut template. And now, as you guys know, we just wanna get rid of all the audio gaps. That way our voiceover can actually flow fast paced. Now that our voiceover is fully complete, as you can see, I kind of just overlay them on top of each other barely. That way it keeps the flow good. Now we're just going to finish importing all of these video clips. And now all I got to do is overlay these clips where they belong. So this is the easiest part.
A man was painting his fence when he noticed something strange. His neighbor's car had been running. Noticed something strange. His neighbor's car had been running in the driveway for 3 hours. The engine was on, but nobody was inside. He walked. Engine was on, but nobody. The engine was on. But nobody was inside. Walked over and knocked on the front door. No answer. He knocked on the inside. He walked over it and he called his neighbor's phone. He could hear it ringing inside the house. But still, he called his neighbor's phone. He could hear it ringing inside the house. But still, no answer. Now, inside the house. He called the police.
And so after cutting up all the clips and putting them in the dedicated spots, all we would have to do after this is just add our auto captions and post it to TikTok. But without further ado, let's take a look at our final product.
A man was painting his fence when he noticed something strange. His neighbor's car had been running in the driveway for 3 hours. The engine was on, but nobody was inside. He walked over and knocked on the front door. No answer. He called his neighbor's phone. He could hear it ringing inside the house. But still, no answer. Now he was worried, so he called the police. 2 officers showed up and checked the windows. Everything looked looked normal inside. Then the neighbor opened the door, looking confused. He said he was taking a nap and didn't hear anything. The officers asked about the car. He laughed and said he must have forgotten to turn it off. Everyone felt silly and went home, but the man couldn't stop thinking about it. That night, he looked out his window. The neighbor's car was running again. Same spot, engine on, nobody inside. He grabbed his binoculars and watched the house. For 2 hours, nothing moved. No lights turned on or off. No one walked past the windows. Then he saw it. The curtains were moving, but not from wind. Someone was standing behind them, completely still, just watching. He called.
So now that you guys already know how AI has changed the game, not only for the Creator Awards program, let's get into how it's completely shifting the market in TikTok Shop Affiliate, and most people have not even caught on to this yet. Still, 99% of the people on TikTok Shop are promoting it the traditional way, where you're recording yourself, you're recording the content, whatever the case may be, you're recording the own videos for the product yourself. By the way, if you don't already know exactly what TikTok Shop Affiliate is, all you are doing inside of TikTok Shop Affiliate is promoting videos about a specific product, linking that product to your video because it's already on TikTok Shop. And every time somebody buys that product from the video you made, you get a commission for it. One of the biggest things I've learned over the years is that some of the biggest opportunities come from simply being early. Not because you're smarter than everybody else, but because there's simply less competition. Every major opportunity online follows the same exact pattern. Early adopters see the biggest results, more people discover it, competition increases, and eventually it becomes much harder to stand out, which is where that sounds very familiar to where the traditional side of TikTok Shop Affiliate stands right now. There's still so many people on TikTok Shop Affiliate that I know that are making decent money, but they have to post 50 videos a day, manually recording them themselves. Nothing's automated. You're basically working a job still. We're in a stage where AI-powered TikTok Shop content is incredibly new compared to traditional content. Most people, like I already mentioned, are still creating videos the old way. They're waiting weeks for samples, spending money on products, recording the footage, reshooting content, and editing everything manually. Meanwhile, AI has completely changed what is actually possible. And the biggest advantage you can have when it comes to turning an idea into something that actually makes you money is speed. When it comes to manually making the TikTok Shop Affiliate content, you're often limited by how many products you can physically get your hands on. If you want to test 10 different products, you may need to wait for samples, spend money up front, invest hours into creating content for each and every product. But with AI, that limitation completely disappears. You can test multiple products, multiple angles, multiple hooks, so many different video styles significantly faster than what traditional creators could. So now instead of hoping that one specific product that you have and you finally got the sample for, you finally bought, or finally arrived to your house, you can gather way more data so much faster and find winning products through volume and testing. And on top of that, another huge advantage is just the flexibility behind it. You guys aren't going to be locked into a single content style. You're not going to create talking head videos showing your face on camera. You're not going to be doing story-based videos. All these problem solution videos, authority style videos, UGC style videos, demonstration, educational, countless other formats. You don't have to do all these videos manually anymore. You can literally do it all with AI. This allows you to adapt to what the market is responding to rather than forcing every product into the same type of content. Another common misconception is that the creators who are going to win over the next few years inside of TikTok Shop specifically are not going to be the people with the biggest following. They are going to be the people who can actually test what works the fastest, learn the fastest, adopt the fastest, because AI gives everyday people access to those specific advantages. Just like with the Creator Awards program, the goal is not to create one perfect video. The goal is to create enough quality content so that you can identify what's working and double and even triple down on it. Every single video you post becomes data, every upload teaches you something, every winning video gives you a blueprint that you can repeat. The people who understand this early will have a massive advantage over the people who wait until everybody else catches on. If you want to make a substantial amount of money, you really do need to be early. And now who am I to just tell you to do this and not actually show you how I would do it specifically? Let's start breaking down the exact TikTok Shop Affiliate video styles that are producing real results right now. These are the same styles that have generated sales for me and helped many of my students over the timeline start seeing results of their own. As I go through these affiliate styles, make sure you pay attention to the structure, the psychology behind every single video and why they work. Once you understand this framework, you're going to be able to apply it to almost every product and every single niche and every video that you post. As you can see, I'm not going to manually read through every single one of these. You guys can pause and look at them for yourself, but we've got results from Brandon here, so many results from Bryson as well, and so many other results as well. So once again, let's dive into the biggest TikTok Shop affiliate styles that you should lay your eyes on right now. So first things first, we're going to go over what AI ads used to look like 2 months ago. Not even 2 months ago. This was like about a month and a half ago. I just want to show you the tremendous amount of progress that AI is making to actually make you fearful about not taking action with AI content because of how quickly it's moving. This is what it was like a month ago. Here's another example of what it looked like a month ago. And then here's one more example of what it looked like a month ago. And now this is what I just made 5 minutes ago just before turning on this camera.
I've had acne-prone skin my whole life. I thought that was just me. Congested pores, dull texture, the kind of skin you learn to cover up and stop fighting. I tried every cleanser, the foamy ones that stripped me dry, the gentle ones that left me feeling like I hadn't actually washed my face. Nothing ever felt clean without feeling wrecked. Then I found the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Poromizing Deep Cleansing Foam, combined with Himalayan pink salt to gently exfoliate and pull out the gunk that clogs your pores without destroying your skin barrier. The first morning I used it, my skin felt smooth in a way I didn't recognize. Not tight, not raw, just clear. Now my pores look smaller, my texture has evened out, and for the first time I'm going out without a filter on my face.
As you can see, insanely better. You could definitely see how a piece of content just like this can definitely convert more than a piece of content that looked like this, which was like 2 months ago. There are a few components that go into making a video like this, and it's all completely done with AI, so this is exactly how I made it. So first things first, I went into Claude and I obviously attached an image of what the name of the product I wanted to promote was, along with the actual picture of that product. And then I gave it an example script from a video that I've already seen proven to work. And the script was, I've worn a size medium exactly twice in my life, once in my 20s, now in my late 40s, no more hiding under layers or settling for what fits. For years, I was the mom sitting on the bench. I couldn't finish a single run with my daughter without feeling completely exhausted and breathless. Now seeing the pride in her eyes, I finally zapped that finger shut. This is the best feeling in the world. It's all thanks to V-Trim, which was the supplement she was promoting in this video. It uses Nitro V technology to target the stubborn fat and boost deep sleep by 300% to lower the stress hormones that keep weight on. It's not just a pill, it's a total metabolic reset. You deserve that too. This video wasn't from a TikTok shop video directly. I just want to highly advise you, do not say things like, it helps me target or burn fat, boost deep sleep by 300%. This was a paid ad that I got this from, which is why I purposely didn't incorporate any exaggerated claims like those claims into my TikTok shop video, because if you guys have been doing TikTok shop, you know that if you have an exaggerated claim, you are very likely to get a violation on that video, which just means your product link gets taken down and you can only have so many violations on your video before your account gets kicked out of the program. So just don't be too exaggerated with your script and you'll be fine. And then so I got this script, which is the one that you saw in that video. And now this was the very first base image that I wanted to make for my character. You guys can take this prompt right here if you want, but as you can see, this is the prompt that I got from Claude to give me a good character description for the story that I was telling. When you're prompting, make sure that you ask for the quality to be off of like an iPhone 16 Pro camera. And obviously you want to be using the best models that are out. So right now the best model for images by far is GPT Image 2, which that's what I used for this image. And when you specifically prompt for it to have the quality of an iPhone 16 Pro camera, it really does just come off as an iPhone photo. So yeah, go ahead and take this prompt and do what you want with it. But I gave that image and I said, this is the girl that I'm using for the script in this video. I need multiple GPT Image 2 prompts to get in depth, very realistic, looks like they were taking on an iPhone 16 Pro camera, of her performing actions that relate to the script in order. I want a total of 7 images and 7 JSON prompts for Kling 3.0 to make the videos of her. So we're essentially making 7 images of her doing different things that relate to the script. And we're also making 7 JSON prompts to turn those images into videos of her performing the actions. JSON prompts is specifically, I always use JSON prompts because this is a normal prompt, for example, and this is a JSON prompt. It's just a lot more in-depth and a lot more specific, especially when you have a complicated prompt, is when you would want to use a JSON prompt. Overall, just better for the AI to understand and give you the best quality output. But yeah, so I asked for 7 of each prompts. So I took these prompts, pasted it into GPT Image 2.0, and we got this for our first image, as you guys saw in this video. This was the second image of her scattered with a bunch of different skincare products because she couldn't find the right one. This is the third image of her with the actual product that we were promoting. Fourth image that we made, and these are all coming from these prompts that I got from Claude, of her actually using the product right here. And sometimes even when you're not doing anything out of the guidelines, it just won't generate. So all I do when that happens is I say something like, this prompt and this prompt didn't generate, so slightly rewrite the prompt, and then I use these prompts and they turned out just fine up here. Yeah, as you can see, we got another image of the product demonstration. I didn't even end up using that image in the video. We've got this image right here for after she used the product with her skin cleared up. We've got this image right here, which was our base image. This is the image we used for one of the videos or clips that we used for after she got cleared up using the product. And then we've got this image with the clogged skin, looking frustrated in the bathroom. Clean skin right here, clean skin again. We didn't even end up needing to use this video in the prompt. or in the video. And then another one for her with dirty skin, kind of frustrated before actually coming across the product. You really want to sell the benefits of like how life will feel after the product. And now I literally just took all these images in order, and you can use Seedance 2.0, Seedance 2.0 Fast. I personally used Kling 3.0. Seedance is slightly cheaper. I really just like the output of Kling 3.0 a lot better. And I took those exact images, and the same thing happened here again, and you just have to rewrite the prompts, and turned all these images into short little clips. Because as you can see, we just inserted the image, then we copy and pasted the video prompt for that specific image that we got from Claude. As you can see, we've got the video prompt for the hook, the video prompt for the frustration, the video prompt for the product discovery, the video prompt for the application of the product, video prompt for the reveal, and confidence. And then obviously a CTA. And since I used a voiceover, which I'll be getting into shortly, I didn't even have to add any sound effects or sound in these videos, which also cause your credits to go lower, meaning it doesn't cost as much, so you're saving more credits. Like these are what the videos kind of look like, just a short little clip of her doing something. Same thing here with a bunch of scattered products, and then she's also putting on the product. Same thing here with her holding the product and then just slightly checking her phone as if she looks different. After the product's use, looking kind of shocked in the mirror. And it's the same sort of concept throughout every single image and every single different scene. I really do like incorporating her in different locations because it just keeps it way more eye-catching for the viewer. If she's kind of in the same bathroom the entire video, people are going to get bored pretty quickly. And we've got her using the product right here. This is the video right here of her actually like being disgusted with her skin. Look how real that actually looks too. Another of her actually using the product. Didn't even end up using this video because we really didn't need to. And then another video of her being disgusted with her skin, kind of looking shocked. Now for the voiceover, I personally used 11 Labs, and I used this Hope voice right here. As you can see, let me play it real quick.
Hey, are you looking for a fresh and engaging voice for your podcast?
So all I did was I downloaded this voiceover, downloaded all of these clips as well. So as you can see, I took all the clips, put them in here, overlaid the voiceover. If you guys aren't overlaying your voiceover on top of each other while getting rid of the audio gaps, what are you doing? I'm always preaching this in my editing tutorials. Like if instead you just left the voiceover like this with all these gaps, it would sound extremely slow. Like listen to this real quick.
Smooth in a way I didn't recognize. Not tight, not raw, just clear. Now my pores look smaller. My texture has evened out, and for the first time, I'm going out without a filter on my face.
Like that just sounds absolutely terrible and like robotic. But when you overlay your voiceover, there's no gaps in what she's saying. So this is what it sounds like instead, which you guys already saw, but I'm gonna play it again anyways.
I've had acne-prone skin my whole life. I thought that was just me. Congested pores, dull texture, the kind of skin you learn to cover up and stop fighting. I tried every cleanser, the foamy ones that stripped me dry, the gentle ones that left me feeling like I hadn't actually washed my face. Nothing ever felt clean without feeling wrecked. Then I found the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Poromizing Deep Cleansing Foam, combined with Himalayan pink salt to gently exfoliate and pull out the gunk that clogs your pores without destroying your skin barrier.
Overall sounds a lot better. And then also when it comes to this clip, I ended up using it twice, but here's how you make one of the other clips completely different from it. Obviously they're still the same clip, but all I did to reuse this clip again right here is I went over to this tool, hit reverse, and also hit mirror. When you mirror it, it basically just inverts the video. So like watch when I click mirror here, she's on the opposite side, so it's basically a new clip. And then also reversing it is gonna make her do the complete opposite thing, or in reverse time basically. And then obviously when I reverse it, it makes the clip reverse. And then as you can see, I don't have my captions in here, and I'm gonna show you guys why, because when you do go the extra mile and you overlay your voiceover like this, watch what happens. And this will happen every single time you generate your auto captions. When you do this, you'll see that there will be a ton of gaps in these captions. Like it won't be 100% accurate at all. As you can see, she's talking right here and there's no caption. Bunch of gaps, and this will happen every single time you do your captions on the same project. All the voiceover is like this. So what you need to do to fix this is you just need to export this as is without the captions, and you just need to bring it into a new project as one fully new clip. That way these audio gaps aren't separated on the template and it's all combined into one clip. Once you generate your captions after doing that, it won't miss a single word. So yeah, that's another good pointer for you guys. I mean, just to give you guys some more context on how good AI was for TikTok Shop like a few months ago, this is another video of what I made a few months ago. Like obviously there's no voiceover on this and I could have made it a bit better, but this is simply what the sound effects and the overall video generation was looking like a few months ago. It's not anywhere near comparison to what we have now. It's one of the most trending skin products on TikTok Shop over the last year. And this is a real video, this is not AI, but I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to take this video that we've seen already proven works. It has 859,000 likes. Has probably made him a decent amount, over $10,000 in commission just from this video. And that's being super generous. If you have an 850,000 liked video on TikTok Shop affiliate, you most likely are getting a ton of ad spend and you are most likely making at least thousands of dollars every single day just in commission. So yeah, let's just watch this video really quick.
My Korean friend told me to try this and she literally has perfect skin, so here goes nothing. You see these nasty pores that I have on my face? All you do is rub this in and then all of that comes out of your skin. Let's see. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, dude, that is disgusting. All of that was in my skin? Now I see why my Korean friend called this the filter cleanser. It already looks like I have a filter on. The next step is the cleansing foam, and this has a ton of mung bean extracts in it. I guess you just rub this all over your face and then watch it lather up. Okay, this is freaking insane. That skin is glass skin that is glowing. There you have it. I mean, look at how clean and clear that skin looks. And here's a close-up of those pores. Look at how cleared out they are.
So as you guys can see, the hook is literally just him spraying whatever this cleanser is onto his face. Then he just starts rubbing it in right here. And then boom, he's got clear skin. So the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna screenshot this scene because this is kind of what we want to get for our video because this is obviously a proven hook framework that actually works. Boom, screenshot that. Then we're gonna bring that into Claude and we're gonna say, oh, I said I need a prompt for Higgsfield's marketing studio section, which we're gonna be going over in a second, to make my character using the product that is attached in this marketing studio section at this same angle saying this. And so we're gonna download this video so we can get the transcript of what he's saying in this video. So boom, I added the first sentence of what he says while he's spraying this whole thing on his face. And it says, my Korean friend told me to try this and she literally has perfect skin. So here goes nothing. And now we're gonna head into Higgsfield and they added this new marketing studio section. And as you can see, I've already been playing around with it, but this is so simple. You can do so many different types of videos, whether it's a tutorial, an unboxing, a hyper motion, a product review, or just user generated content, which is what we're going to be using, which is the best style for TikTok Shop affiliate, in my opinion. Unless you're doing like an unboxing style or like a product review like this, but that's not really that good. So yeah, we're gonna select the UGC style, make sure it's like this, and then on 9:16. And then we're also gonna put it on 1080p, that way it has the best quality possible. And then over here, as you can see, there's a product section and an avatar section. So for the avatar, you can literally make your own avatar with Nano Banana Pro, or you can just choose one of these. I've been using Stefan a lot, so we're gonna use him. And you're just gonna wanna find an image of the specific product that you want them to use and import it like this. You can even enter the product name in the description, but it'll already pick that up, as you can see from the AI detecting it. That is huge in my opinion, because one of the easiest ways you guys can get a TikTok violation, especially when it comes to making AI generated TikTok Shop videos, is if your AI accidentally mislabels the product. But as you can see, everything checks out correctly. So we're just gonna hit create product. And now boom, we've got our avatar, we've got our product, and we're gonna head back into Claude, get this prompt that we just made, copy and paste the prompt, import it in here, and then generate our video. I've honestly never seen an AI tool make it this easy to where you can pre-select your avatar, add your product, and then just generate it, and you can choose your seconds, you can choose 1080p, you can choose 9:16. All of it's literally pre-laid out for you, which makes it so much easier than compared to what we used to do with manually making the character with Nano Banana Pro, manually making an image of that character holding a specific product, and then turning that image into a video with either Kling, Google VO3, or just one of the other AI tools. This tool literally makes it so easy, and I'm actually like blown away from it. Not only can you guys use this for TikTok Shop affiliate, but when it comes to digital products, there's literally so many different avenues that you can take this. Like just from using a similar style to this, I'll put it up on the screen, but Preston and Ryan, I believe, have both already made over $1,000 doing an avatar format that's similar to this in the UGC style, but obviously it's selling their own digital product that solves somebody else's problem. But yeah, while that's generating, we can go see the second product that he uses, and it's like that lotion. But first, we gotta make a second clip of him just rubbing the liquid in. So we're just gonna go back into Claude and say, using the same character and the same location / scene, same product with the character. We're gonna take a screenshot of how we want him to look while performing that specific action, add it into the Claude prompt. And so as you can see, I said using the same character in the same location and scene and the same product that's already pre-selected along with the character. I need a prompt for him to now be up close like this image attached, rubbing the liquid into his face while saying this. You see these nasty pores that I have all on my face? All you do is rub this in and then all that comes right out of your skin. So let's see. So boom, we're gonna get our prompt for that. And then for this second prompt, since he doesn't even have the product in his hand and he's literally just rubbing it into his face, we can deselect the product, copy and paste this. This part should only be around 5 seconds-ish, 6 seconds. So we're gonna generate that. And then while that's generating, let's take a look at what the first video we generated looks like.
My Korean friend told me to try this and she literally has perfect skin. So here goes nothing.
Not even anything crazy, but still it gets the point across. The product looks amazing. The movements all look correct. And then now while that's generating, I just took a screenshot of the after effect of how he looks. So basically with clear skin. And now I'm just gonna keep repeating this process of telling Claude what I want and to give me a prompt for it. So I'm gonna say, now I want that same person that is already selected to look shocked since his skin is now way more clear and dry, like the image attached. I want him to say, now I see why my Korean friend called this the filter cleanser. It already looks like I have a filter on. And boom, give Claude that prompt. Copy and paste this back into here. This part's definitely only about 5 seconds. Generate that. And now while that's generating, we're gonna replicate the style where he's using this lotion part of the product. So we're doing like 2 or 3 different products all in this one video, which again, just goes to show the power of AI and how much you can actually implement this and how you can replicate basically any product. So boom, we're gonna get a screenshot of the product and how he's holding it. Kind of like that. Head back into Claude, attach the image and say, now I want a prompt for him to be squeezing out and putting the lotion which is attached in the product section of the tool. In the script that we want him to say. So now it says, now I want a prompt for him to be squeezing out and putting on the lotion, which is attached in the product section of the marketing studio, and for him to rub the white lotion on his face at the same angle of the image attached while saying, the next step is the cleansing foam, and this has a ton of mung bean extracts in it. I guess you just rub this all over your face and then watch it lather up. As he rubs it on his face, I want there to be dirty skin particles that you can visibly see come off of his skin from using the lotion. So we're gonna get that prompt. Here's the second clip that we generated that just got finished generating, where he's just rubbing the clear liquid into his skin, which is the first product that he put on.
You see these nasty pores that I have on my face? All you do is rub this in and then all of that comes out of your skin. So let's see.
So boom, that one's done. And then this was the third clip that we generated. As you can see, it kind of changed his outfit, which wouldn't get you any trouble with TikTok. People are always changing their outfits in between videos. It doesn't really matter. Like still, this is something that you would probably want to fix if you wanted to keep your video as consistent as possible for the viewer. But even still, I think this UGC style still looks pretty good.
Now I see why my Korean friend called this the filter cleanser. It already looks like I have a filter on.
But now since we're going to be using the lotion product, we want to get a screenshot of the lotion bottle and import it in this product section right here. This is an insanely blurry version of the product, so let's see if it can correctly pick up what it actually says. It's the same Be Plain brand. Let's see if it can pick up what it says on the bottom correctly. Yeah, no, it got it perfectly correct. I'm actually like, this is actually just mind-blowing how easy it is to start making AI UGC videos. So we're just gonna hit create product. Then we're gonna grab this prompt, paste it in here, generate it. And so boom, this is what that clip looks like.
The next step is the cleansing foam, and this has a ton of mung bean extracts in it. I guess you just rub this all over your face and then watch it lather up. As you can see, all these little pieces of dirt are coming out of my skin.
Now I'm just gonna generate the last scene where he just has clear skin, looks happy at the camera, looks kind of surprised. I mean, look at how clean and clear that skin looks. I'm telling you, this stuff is the truth. And luckily for you guys, this trio set just went on sale, and I'll tell you what, I'll drop a link on this video. So boom, remove the product and then just generate it. I even generated this extra one right here and made the prompt to where I asked it to do a voiceover style, not like one where he's talking to the camera while putting it on. And this is just honestly mind-blowing. It can do voiceover style and it can do regular UGC style where he's talking. But like, let's just look at this one where he's doing a complete voiceover style.
The next step is the cleansing foam, and this has a ton of mung bean extracts in it. I guess you just rub this all over your face and then watch it lather up.
Getting insane, guys. All right, so I just added our final clip, got rid of some of the audio gaps. And this video took me about 5 to 10 minutes to make in total, just from prompting back and forth with Claude and Higgsfield. And I have an entire TikTok shop video ready to go. All I would do is add captions, maybe add a text screen hook. So yeah, let's just watch this final output.
My Korean friend told me to try this and she literally has perfect skin. So here goes nothing. You see these nasty pores that I have on my face? All you do is rub this in and then all of that comes out of your skin. So let's see. Now I see why my Korean friend called this the filter cleanser. It already looks like I have a filter on.
The next step is the cleansing foam, and this has a ton of mung bean extracts in it. I guess you just rub this all over your face and then watch it lather up. As you can see, all these little pieces of dirt are coming out of my skin. I mean, look at how clean and clear that skin looks. I'm telling you, this stuff is the truth. And luckily for you guys, the trio set just went on sale. I'll tell you what, I'll drop a link on this video.
So I've got 3 specific accounts right here. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing my student's account who's done over $5 grand in a week because that just wouldn't be fair to him because his account's in the premium group. But these are some similar strategies with 3 different styles, or actually more like 2 different styles of AI content. These pages are completely AI when it comes to what the person is, the voiceover, the visuals, the product, everything is made with AI. And all 3 of these accounts are absolutely printing through TikTok Shop affiliate right now, mainly because 99% of the time when you actually use AI content correctly, no matter what the AI content is for, it's usually going to go to an older audience because the only people who really end up getting fooled by AI nowadays is older people. And if somebody knows the video is AI, they're usually going to scroll past. But people who are fooled by it and actually don't understand that it's AI will not scroll past, and they'll end up watching through a good amount of that video, especially because their attention span is not as bad as the attention span of younger people. And ultimately, this is how TikTok views who your video is meant for, right? When TikTok notices that only older people watch through most of your video and actually give your video the watch time that TikTok wants, they're going to continue pushing that video to only older people. And then it just causes a snowball effect because TikTok actually found out that older people watch longer through AI videos than younger people do. And we all know that when you target older people, they have more money to spend. So before I dive right in and show you guys how to make this type of content, let's just watch one of these videos really quick. This one got 72,000 views right here, and the views are decently consistent. I would estimate that they're making around 1 to 2 sales per 1,000 views that they're getting. Not only because of the audience that they're hitting, just because of how consistent these views are. Like TikTok wouldn't really be pushing these videos as much if they weren't making money. So let's just watch this one right here with 72K.
This for all my men still wearing Dior Sauvage. I work at Sapphire and I smell cologne on men every single night. And I'm telling you right now, when you walk in wearing Sauvage, we already know what it is before you even sit down. And that's the problem. You don't stand out. You smell like every other man that walked in before you. And here's what y'all don't understand. Scent hits the part of the brain that controls attraction and curiosity. So when we smell something we can't identify, something different, that's when we start paying attention. That's when we start finding reasons to get closer. But when we already know what you're wearing, you just another man in the room. So last month, this guy walked in, smelled clean, masculine, different. Not Sauvage, not Blue de Chanel, not anything I recognized. And I could not figure it out. I kept going back to his section just trying to place it. When I finally asked him, he said it was YCZ Midnight Marine. Less than $20. And I'm not gonna lie, that had me more interested than the dude spending hundreds. Cause he didn't smell like everybody else. So if you tired of being just another man in the room, stop wearing what everybody else wearing. It's in the shop. Or keep wearing Sauvage. Up to you.
And so right here at about 1 minute 10 seconds in the video, they actually show the product that they're promoting. And obviously you can't see the link here because I'm on desktop. But you can clearly see that this is a TikTok shop video, not only by what the video was about, but it says eligible for commission right here. And with a 70,000 view video, you would think that the likes would be higher, right? Usually 70,000 view videos on normal videos get like 8 or 9,000 likes. That's just the average like conversion for regular videos on TikTok. But when a TikTok shop video gets 70,000 views, it only gets around 800 likes. And this is a sign that this video is getting pushed high on ad spend. And when the video is getting pushed high on ad spend, it means it's actually making money because the brands are spending money on it. And so that's another reason why I know these videos are converting really, really well. And so whoever's ripping this format is just doing the same thing over and over and over again, same type of person. It definitely would not be a good idea to switch up your avatar that you're using over and over again, because then TikTok will just get confused with who's actually running this account. Now let's look at another version of AI you can do. This is the same skeleton style format that I've already uploaded videos about. And as you can see, the views are pretty insane. 25 million views, 1.6 million views, 5.4 million views. And these are all TikTok shop videos. Their most recent one has 1.2 million views. And this account is strictly doing oral health. So whitening strips, tongue scrapers, and just things like that in the oral health space. No person's attached to this account at all. It's literally just skeleton animations. And they're not even showing the actual product that they're promoting in the video. It's all AI generated, which is what I would be careful about and kind of steer away from. If I was the guy running this account, he's probably somebody overseas that's not even in a country that's eligible for it, and he's using a VPN and all these other things. So he probably doesn't have the actual product to record. But if I was running this account, I would by far be making sure that I'm showing the actual product somewhere in the video like the other account was doing, because you're ultimately going to be way more safe from getting a violation if you actually show the real product at least once throughout the video. But now let's just go ahead and watch this most viral one with 25 million views.
If you look at your tongue and notice a white coating, that's usually why bad breath keeps coming back. That layer is made up of bacteria and food particles that sit on the tongue throughout the day. Brushing your teeth doesn't remove it, which is why breath can still smell off even when your teeth are clean. Most people don't realize the tongue holds more odor-causing bacteria than the teeth themselves, so when it's not cleaned properly, the problem never really goes away. This is why adding tongue cleaning makes such a difference. Removing that buildup directly is what actually improves breath, instead of just masking it. That's where a tongue scraper comes in. It's designed to gently remove the layer brushing leaves behind, helping your mouth feel cleaner and fresher overall. If bad breath is still an issue, it's not what you're using, it's what you're missing.
I know what you guys are probably thinking. Oh, he actually did show the product in the video. Technically, yes, but this is a video that I've personally used on one of my old accounts that ended up getting a violation for this specific reason. This is a video from YouTube. And I remember using this exact video in one of my TikTok shop videos on one of my old accounts. And it's not 100% guaranteed, but you are at high risk of getting a violation when you use a YouTube clip, especially when other TikTok accounts have already used it. Because it just makes it so much easier for TikTok to understand whether this content is unoriginal or original. This account most likely got away with it simply because of the amount of view pull they have. But I'm just saying, guys, take your chances wisely. Don't do anything that you think you could possibly get a violation for. And I can tell you that this content for sure is not converting as well as content like this. Not only because there's no actual like human interaction at all, even though this account's fully AI, people who don't know it's AI think it's an actual human interaction. And when it's kind of just like skeleton animations that don't really like relate to you unless you're like super deep into the product, it's simply just not going to convert as well. But obviously you can still make decent money, especially when you have view pull like this. Now let's look at this account, which is doing the exact same style as this account, just obviously with a different person. And if you were going to go the avatar route and do an account like this one or this one, I would definitely recommend doing a girl, because girls will naturally convert better on TikTok shop. And I think that's the case for most other platforms, like anything when it comes to selling. That's why there's a lot of girl sales. But yeah, this account is definitely still making money, just probably not as much as if they were using a girl avatar. But at the end of the day, don't stress that the most, because ultimately if you have the right content strategies down and a girl account doesn't and you're using a guy account, you'll still make way more money than the other person, just because the strategies are that important. But let's go ahead and watch this video right here that's got 20K views.
I gave a stranger woman a ride home in my patrol car and prayed for traffic. I have a badge, and this one had me forgetting protocol. I've been on patrol for 4 years. Speeders, illegal parking, drunk drivers, nothing phases me. I see a car in a no parking zone, hazards on. I pull over, walk up, knock on the window. Woman inside, older, late 40s, well dressed, calm, nothing special. She rolls down the window. I know, I'm sorry, car broke down, waiting for a tow. I look, won't start. How long? 20 minutes, tow says another 40. Late, not the safest area. Where do you need to go? Few blocks, my mom's place. I shouldn't, but I do. Get in.
Okay, we're not gonna watch that entire video because I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty boring, but all of it is literally just this guy talking about how he picks up this girl and then she smells good and blah, 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 blah. Then he asks what the cologne was, or the perfume I mean, and that perfume just happens to be the one linked on this TikTok shop video. And it just goes to show a boring, slow story with a bunch of audio gaps like that can still get views. So once again, there's so much more potential when it comes to this AI content, because people that are getting views aren't even that good at it yet. So I'm gonna recreate this exact video, obviously with a different script, because I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm just using this strictly to show you guys how to make the content. But the very first thing you're going to want to do is take a screenshot of the character that you want to make. For unoriginal content purposes, I would definitely make a new person, but for this example, I'm just going to recreate a guy that looks exactly like him in the exact same setting. But on my personal AI pages, I would definitely be using a different avatar that you kind of technically own for your account, if that makes sense. And now I'm going to bring this image into Claude and I'm going to say, I want an exact replica of this person in the same setting he's in. Just make him wearing a tank top so his muscles are very visible. The reason I'm gonna do that is simply because it's just gonna be more eye-catching for the viewers. You wanna make sure you get every little detail as possible to make it more hooking to the viewers as possible. So like the slightest things, you'd be surprised can make the biggest difference. I want this prompt to be in JSON format for Nano Banana. The reason I want it in JSON format, if you guys haven't already watched my videos, I've explained this multiple times, but JSON format basically is almost like a new language, but for AIs, and the AIs can just understand it way better than if I were to give an AI like a prompt like this. And now boys, as you can see, I got a new image of him wearing a tank top in the same setting with a podcast mic. So I'm gonna download this and now I'm gonna turn this into a video with Kling 3.0. But first, before we actually get to make our video, we have to come up with the script first. So I literally just cooked up this funny little script. Obviously, I didn't do too much with it. I'm trying to keep it short and simple for you guys. Bro, I was walking to the gym as usual and this chick came up to me and asked for my number. And at first glance, I was like, hell no, I ain't settling for this. But then I smelled her perfume and my entire mind changed. That's a perfect hook right there for another video that's marketing for a specific woman's perfume. And so I'm gonna go ahead and generate this.
Walking to the gym as usual, and this chick came up to me.
As you guys can tell, this voice sounds pretty trash, so I'm just gonna get a different voice, preferably a voice that talks faster.
As usual, and this chick came up to me and...
That sounds a lot better in my opinion. So now we're gonna import that voiceover into Kling. Now we're gonna import that image that we got for the video back into Claude, and we're gonna say, I want a prompt for Kling avatars to make this man talk with normal body language as if he talking to someone in a podcast studio. Keep the camera static. Give me the prompt in JSON format. So now we're gonna give this prompt to Kling. And now while we wait, I'm gonna drop you guys some more sauce right here. If you wanted to make him holding a specific product in another video, first we're gonna have to get an image of him holding the product in an image. So I just use this perfume that I just found off Google, for example. And I'm gonna give it to Claude and say, I want a Nano Banana prompt in JSON format to get an image of the man in the first image attached to be sitting in the same spot in that podcast, but looking at the camera and holding the product in the second image. And so now we're gonna get a prompt to make him holding that specific product. And now while that image of him holding the product is generating, I'm gonna come up with a script for it because we're gonna recreate another video for a specific part in the video that we're creating for him to actually be holding the product and saying, I actually got it right here, I'll leave the link down below, or something like that. So we'll put the script as, I actually convinced her to let me have it for the night and I brought it here with me. I'll drop the link down below if anyone wants to try it. So now I'm gonna generate this voiceover and we're gonna repeat the same exact process when it comes to making the video like we just did before. And boom, as you guys can see, we got the image right here of him holding that exact perfume. And I mean, just look how realistic it looks. It looks pretty real. Now we're gonna go back into Claude and give it the image of him with the product and say, I want a prompt for Kling avatars to make this man talk with normal body language as if he's talking to someone in a podcast studio. Keep the camera static. Make sure the product sits normally in his hand while he is holding it and talking to the camera. So now we're gonna import this prompt like we just did before into the Kling prompt. And so now we have the second video going of him with the product, but while we were doing that, this video got finished, so let's just watch how it looks.
Bro, I was walking to the gym as usual, and this chick came up to me and asked for my number. And at first glance, I was like, hell nah, I ain't settling for this. But then I smelled her perfume and my entire mind changed.
Boom, just like that, you have a viral clip right there. Obviously, it could have been done a lot better with the scripting. I'm just merely doing this for the example for you guys and showing you the process of what it comes down to when making these actual videos. You can tell that this guy has a little bit of that AI plastic look to him as well, but that's literally just one Nano Banana Pro prompt away from fixing. And as you guys can see, our product video is finished as well, so let's just take a look at this.
I actually convinced her to let me have it for the night, and I brought it here with me. I'll drop the link down below if anyone wants to try it.
Now, at this point, once you've gotten to the stage of posting some AI content, you've maybe gotten an account monetized, you're probably making a few sales here and there with the AI TikTok shop content, This is where a lot of people run into completely different challenges. The problem is no longer getting started. The problem now is figuring out why you're stuck in a specific position that you're stuck in. You see, as you spend more time creating content, you'll quickly realize that success on TikTok isn't just about knowing the basics. There are dozens of small details and troubleshooting situations that can dramatically affect every result that you get. Some of the basic ones that you could easily point out is sometimes your content just isn't performing because your hook isn't good. Sometimes it's because your retention isn't where it needs to be. And sometimes it's because you've unknowingly changed something in your workflow that's hurting your performance. And this is a small fraction of the time, but sometimes it's a problem that isn't even obvious to you at all, that has nothing to do with your content, and it's simply an account issue. One of the things I've personally noticed over these years of making content is that many creators make the mistake of assuming that every issue is just a content issue, which is a good mindset to have. You want to always put the blame on yourself because most of the time it will be a content issue. But the sad reality of it is that there are countless variables that can actually impact your performance without it being your content. And learning how to identify these variables is actually what separates people that are beginners from the people who actually push through, like the experienced creators. This is where having access to people who have already overcame these specific problems becomes extremely valuable. Because instead of you spending weeks trying to figure out why something isn't working, you can often solve the problem in minutes when someone simply just points you in the right direction. And so that's exactly why inside of Creator Labs Premium, we run weekly calls. These are not your typical motivational speech from the community owner and let nobody else talk type of call. These are completely about problem solving. They're where every week we break down exactly what's working, what's not working, what adjustments need to be made to move forward, etc. The entire reality is that almost every creator eventually encounters obstacles. It's never just going to be a straight path up. There's always going to be problems that you run into, and it might feel like you're stuck on low views, you might struggle with attention, or you might have videos that perform inconsistently. So you might be wondering whether it's your content, your niche, your account, or something entirely different. And these are normal challenges that every creator, like I already mentioned, faces at some point in their journey. It's going to happen because if this process was easy, everybody would be rich off TikTok. The difference is that successful creators don't spend months guessing. They learn exactly how to diagnose these problems quickly, make adjustments, and continue moving forward. This is the mindset you need to have. You cannot let these minor inconveniences make you quit, because once you quit, you're officially taking the L and you're never going to make it out. So in these next few clips, I'm going to show you exactly examples of questions that are the most commonly asked during our premium calls. These are questions that you will probably run into asking yourself later on throughout your journey. I'm not going to show you the entire calls, but they're going to give you a glimpse into what the types of challenges creators face once they're actively building and scaling their accounts. So as you guys watch this, pay attention to the questions that are being asked and the reasoning behind the answers that I'm giving. Even if you're not dealing with these exact problems today, chances are you're going to encounter these as your accounts continue to grow. Because the faster you learn how to identify and solve these issues, the faster you are going to be able to scale. We do not do any ads. If you run ads on your account, like that used to work to get followers to hop into TikTok Shop Affiliate, but now that won't work anymore. Okay. So it would honestly just cook your account. Especially don't use the promote feature. I don't know if that's what you're referencing, or Spark ads, but the promote feature is really what you want to avoid. If you use that once, you really should just watch the account, because the way it works, I don't know if you've seen my video on it, but if you buy promote, TikTok's just going to lower your views on every single post you do without promote, because they think that you're going to buy it again because your views are low. It's like giving a duck bread in a sense. Like it's going to keep coming back and trying to get your money again. Did you figure out a niche to get started with?
Niche.
Okay, yeah, no, that one's really easy. But you can either AI generate the images with Nano Banana Pro and Google Gemini. You can use a bunch of free credits like every day and then just wait till it resets the next day. And it's the same editing format, same sound.
Oh yeah, that's actually what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I just took images off like TikToks
Mm-hmm.
and put it in one.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how you can do it. You can even take images straight from the other TikTok accounts doing that niche as well, and just screenshot those images and then mix up the order and the editing style. Like when you do it, obviously don't have it look the exact same, but you can just make it look slightly different from the other account. All right, let me take a look. Oh, yeah. No, I remember looking at that one. I think, honestly, if you edited it on your own, it's probably just because you didn't warm your account up enough, like, which is another reason why it would be more sensitive on your content. So just keep warming it up for the next 24 hours. And then, like I said in the video feedback chat, use the same sound that the other accounts are using, but your editing looks good. Just make sure it's on beat with the other sound. Because that could also be like, once you follow the trend exactly, TikTok knows exactly what you're posting for and it'll push you a lot more. Just the fact that like you weren't replicating the format exactly how you're supposed to, like following the exact same sound that other accounts were using. It's just TikTok doesn't really understand what you're posting since it's so new and the trend was a little bit communicated with TikTok. So that's the whole reason why. I like almost can 100% guarantee you once you post the next video after warming it up a bit more and you post it with the correct sound and everything looks good, you should have no issues whatsoever.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, the only other reason that would validly happen, not off of a glitch, is when let's say somebody like literally just downloaded another guy's TikTok with SnapTik and then uploaded it to their account, that would get a violation like that.
Okay.
Best time to post every day? Posting times do not matter whatsoever. Trust me, that's the least of your worries. I've posted multiple videos at like 4 a.m., 2 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever time, and they all get the same results if they're viral content. I know it's kind of hard to comprehend because you're like, oh, if I'm posting at this time, only these types of people are going to be up, but trust me, it's just the overthinking. TikTok handles all of it. Like if it's a good piece of content, it gets good watch time. TikTok knows who to push it to depending on how good your piece of content is. If it's a good piece of content, gets a good watch time, it's all a numbers game. It's going to get pushed. There's nothing that's like, oh, if I post at this time, it might be low views, or if I post at that time, it might be low views. Trust me, TikTok will handle everything. Is there like any niche that I can do long term? There's tons of them. I don't know if you listened to the voice message I sent you, but listen to the voice message I sent you and scroll through all the weekly niches. But yeah, scroll through all the weekly niches. Just pick the one in the weekly niches that actually like sounds most compatible with like how you like to make content and things like that. Whether it's with AI, just doing news voiceovers with videos from YouTube, things like that. There's tons of different avenues. I like the slideshow thing, but I feel like the videos can be better. I mean, the slideshows, you can look at it like that, but the way that niches work on TikTok is when there's niches blowing up, like I've seen multiple accounts in that niche posting videos this week, and all these videos that they've posted this week have gotten multi-million views. And if you see accounts doing that and working that way in this time period, it's almost guaranteed that if you start one and do the exact same format they're doing with different images, you're going to go viral as well because it's already proven to work on TikTok in this time frame. So like that's why I put weekly niches in there. It's always I put that in there when there's multiple accounts in that niche going viral in this time frame, and they're all basically guaranteed to go viral. That's like if you see something working, it's going to work for you as long as it's in the same time frame and you're posting the same quality of content they are. Will it work well enough long term though? Yes. Because the way it works is if you catch a viral niche right at the beginning of the trend, like how they are in the weekly niches when I put them in there, once you start building up the momentum and getting a few thousand followers and a few thousand more followers and like hundreds of thousands of views per week, it's almost harder to not get views after you post after that because TikTok's already established who your content's meant for, where it's going to go after you post it and things like that. So they already know who it's meant for. And once you start building up the following, they're just going to continue to post it more and more people. Yeah, and when it comes to growing for TikTok Shop, you don't even have to look long term because all you have to do is get to 5,000 followers and then you can re-niche your entire account and go straight into promoting products. But yeah, it's good to look long term, especially if you're going to go into like the Creator Rewards program. But the Creator Rewards program, you would have to do with a niche that isn't slideshows, by the way, because they only pay for videos over a minute long. No slideshows. And let me know if you wanted any recommendations. I can look after this call through all the weekly niches and send you a bunch of different ideas. For example, you can take a viral niche that's already in a slideshow format, like the for example, you can just make videos about it, like taking videos from a certain downloading and putting into CapCut and being like top 10 over, and it can just be a bunch of different videos overlaid, kind of like the faceless news one, like the Jake Paul one I sent you, but for and that would be a way of taking a slideshow niche and turning it into a video niche that would still most likely go viral right now. No, you don't have to buy the products. A lot of the things most people do is just request free samples and they'll send you a free sample. Some brands have a 100% approval rate. Some brands have like a 20 to 50%. So like the more you request, the more chance you'll have of getting a product. And once you start making videos and making good quality content for brands, you're going to have more of a high approval rate. But like I said at the beginning, when you don't have any content on your account for a TikTok Shop affiliate, there are multiple brands in the weekly niche or the weekly viral product section of the Discord that have a 100% approval rate. So you can just request it and you'll guaranteed get sent the product for free. Or there's also a scan tool inside of TikTok Shop affiliates dashboard where you can scan anything around your house and it'll show up if it's on TikTok Shop. And if it does show up, which most of them do because basically everything's on TikTok Shop now, is it'll have a little pop-up thing after you scan the item that you're scanning. And if it's on TikTok Shop, it'll show that you can add it to your showcase, and then you click that button and then boom, you can start promoting videos with it. And some of the supplement products, I know I put one in there recently. I'm tapped in and know a lot of these brand owners personally, so I can get you guys 100% approval rates for the type of products that I know the owners that own. But now that you guys know about the problems that you're probably going to run into and the questions that you're going to be asking, what separates the people from those who don't succeed to the people who actually do? By this point, you've learned the same exact foundations that have helped me build my own accounts. You've seen the strategies, you've seen the niches, you've seen the mistakes to commonly avoid. On top of that, you've seen the systems that are actually working, but the information alone doesn't create the results. Execution does. One of the biggest things that I've personally noticed over the years is that people who actually succeed are rarely the most talented in the room. They're rarely the smartest, they're rarely the people who have the most experience. Almost all the time, these people have one common trait, and that is that they are simply the people who stay in the game long enough to figure it out. The people who win don't treat every setback like a sign to quit, they treat it like feedback. They ask questions, they step back, they look at their analytics. When a video flops, they learn from it. When an account grows slowly, they keep posting and try again with a different style. When something doesn't work, they adjust it and try again. The reality of the fact is that nobody starts out knowing exactly what they're doing. Every creator you've seen succeed started at 0 views. Every creator started without an audience. Every creator started without knowing what videos were gonna work. The difference is that they kept moving forward while most people stopped posting. So now what I'm about to show you are some of the results from my students who have made the decision to actually stay consistent, follow a proven process that I've given them, and continue improving over time. I'm not gonna stop and pause over each and every one of these, but as you can see, all these different results from students who have actually taken the time to stay consistent, put in the work, follow a framework, and actually succeed. And like I already mentioned, all these different people inside of Creator Labs have one thing in common, and they are simply the people who stay in the game long enough to figure it out. They do not quit when they run into problems. Most of these people all run into different problems depending on where they're at with their specific journey. But the thing that keeps all of these people in the same boat is that they never decided to quit. So think in a year from now, you are going to regret not starting today if you choose not to. Whether you build an account or not, whether you post content or not, whether you learn the skills or not, the next year is going to pass away, guaranteed. Time is always moving. But my question is simple. When that year passes, will you be in the same place you're in today, or will you have actually built something? The opportunity is right in front of your face. The tools are here. The roadmap is right here. Now the ball is completely in your hands. You know everything you need when it comes to getting started. And it's your opportunity to choose whether you're going to take advantage of it or just let the time slip by like most other people do. So if you are going to choose to start today, I will have the links down below in the description to work directly with me. But other than that, this was the entire free course that I laid out for you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe because I'm always dropping more game on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.